get to more questions now. This one is Joanne. And Joanne, I know you wanted to ask Karen something. What's your question?
Hi. I have two big windows in my living room, and I would like advice on how to dress them.
It's beautiful. Looks like
Isn't
a very
it nice?
space.
And you know what I love is Joanne loves color. So she's a visual artist, and so she was saying, like, you can see all the oranges and browns and rusts and all these great colors.
Beautiful carpet.
So isn't that
really
fun?
nice.
I
Gorgeous
really love the
carpet.
carpet.
Yeah,
I said
love
the same
it.
thing. So what I would do is right now these two windows right here, one's a sliding glass door, are dressed differently. And they're in the same room, so I would dress them the same. And I think there's lots of amazing options. So depending on how bold Joanne's feeling, I have a feeling she's feeling pretty bold, which is fantastic. I put this together as a couple options. So right now we see all the beautiful colors in the rug, and it's a very big open print. So you could pair it lovely with its stripe, would work really well. You could also pair it with another pattern. So this pattern is a little bit denser. It's not quite as open, so the two patterns won't compete. And if you want, you could even do some interesting piping. You can bring in some interesting colors with pillows. So that's a great option. If you're working with a cotton, make sure you line it. It's not great in the light. And you might still need to have a blind behind. Sometimes you might want to close the drapes and have complete privacy, but sometimes you might just want to filter a little bit of light. So imagine, again, we're working with this, Tracy, can you hold the board up for me for a sec? Thank you. So imagine we're working with this fabric right here. This darker blind in the charcoal would be fantastic, and it actually lets a little bit of light through. And when all these fabrics are from Hunter Douglas, and so when you're looking at them, they have different opacities. So you can actually see 3% open, 2% open, 10% open. So depending on how much privacy you need, you can actually get a denser blind or more open weave.
Lovely.
So, and I'm going to show a couple options too. So another option is something that I did. This is my parents' house. So beautiful side panels that don't have to be operating. So that's a great way to save money. But then you can do a linen drape in the middle. And the same thing is true of blinds as with linen drapes. So look at how sheer or dense they are. So, you know, you can see that this would give you a nice filtered light, but it's not too dense. If you want to go with a little bit more open weave, this is beautiful and such great texture.
And when you're using things like that, if you want privacy, go outside at night and look in your house.
Yes.
Because you may be quite surprised at what your neighbors can see, even when the drapes are closed.
It's so true, because you look out and you don't see anything.
I can't see the outside. Take off my clothes.
They can see you.
They can see you. So.
And I think that's a great reason, too, to actually test out these fabric samples at home. So if you can get the bigger memos and take them home. And also remember, when we do a drape, it's not actually like this. Like, there will be a pleat. So often I do this to see. You can put a bit of a lining behind it if you need it. It can be an operating drape.
Yeah.
And then I would pair this one.
I like that one.
Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can tell if this thread is a little bit metallic. It's kind of got this bronzy color to it. I personally would pair that with a darker blind to get a little bit of contrast. And people are often afraid of that, but it looks so fantastic because the problem is say we tried to match this background, this creamy background color, it probably isn't going to be exactly right. And in design world, we like to say exact match or different. Because if it's slightly close, people look at it and they go, did they mean to that? Was that on purpose? And you never want people to say that about your design. You want it to look intentional.
And they look quite different when the sun's shining through. So you have to hold them up to the window because the color changes quite a bit. But we had, talking about that, our doorman in New York had to go to the next building and said, can you tell 34A to close their drapes? Because they just think I live on the 34th floor. I don't have to do anything.
Nobody can say anything.
I could just walk around. So.
Hey, you're not at 34A, are you?
No. But yes, just keep that in mind.
Get somebody outside
that you live in a condo
ask.
and no one can see you, and everybody
People can see you. Sometimes if your building's tall enough too, you've got an office building across from you, so everyone at work is like getting ready with their coffee for the show.
Well, we have one beside our office in Toronto, and I look out the studio on the third floor of our office. I'm like, why hasn't he made the bed today? Why does the bed look like that? Or sometimes my staff will say the duvet doesn't match the pillow. Where is what is he doing? This poor guy. I don't know what he does for a living. He wakes up late.
If only he knew.
Airplanes.
I'm going to send him a note.
Send him a note.
Off the balcony.
The sham
like lay
matches
off the
duvet.
Cheerios. Try some whole brand today. Come on. All right, Shayla's got a question now for Brian. Hi, Shayla.
Hi, thank you so much. So happy to be here. My family room is quite challenged. It's very long. everything, basically, the carpet, the wall color, the furniture and the furniture layout. What more can I say?
She wants some help.
She needs some help. She needs some help. Well, we've got the gray carpet, which doesn't relate to anything because we've got sort of this taupey color, which doesn't really, it's not really as yellow as that. It's much more like the sofa color. And we've got it on the steps, and there's white tile here, and you can see the tile in the kitchen is also white tile. So what I would do is I'd like to see hardwood everywhere. So we'd take up the carpet, lay a hardwood, lay it into the kitchen, into the hallway, and maybe go, because of the fireplace, I think we have a picture of the fireplace. The fireplace has this light colored stone, so I wouldn't do a dark floor because the room isn't overly bright in this area. I would do a light floor in the color of the stone.
That's nice.
And then which is really popular today, that's sold Northern European wash taupe floors. I do an area rug, a big area rug, 4 chairs here. Now you can't watch TV really from these chairs because the TV's here, but when you're not watching TV, you know, you have a great conversation area. Have some tables on either side, and either a very large coffee table or 4 together that stack together, and you can pull them up to put your feet on or when you're eating. And then Shyla's husband doesn't like railings, which is a problem because he took out the railing there and someone's going to just go flying right across. So we talked about that. So we need a bit of a railing here, whether you do a piece of tempered glass or iron, and the same on the main staircase, tie them in. And then we'd cover the steps in the wood also. But he has a thing about staircases, and I have a thing about killing yourself.
He wants it to be really clean, right?
He does.
He wants it to be as open as possible. But yeah, you got to think about code, you got to think about safety and all those things.
Wait till they have a grandchild. You don't have a grandchild, do you? Wait till you have a grandchild, the railings are going up in an hour after birth.
You'll have cages everywhere. That's right, and locks,
you can extend the stair as well. Like take that tread all the way across.
Yes, all the way across.
It's another option if he doesn't like the railing. But yeah, you might want with like grandkids, you might want that railing.
Yeah, plus, you know, it's the grandkids also, but we all age, and so at some point we need a little bit more support than maybe we do now. So railing could be a good idea.
But we're in denial.
We're in denial.
We're in a little denial on
Big
that
time.
front.
We don't ever have to talk about it, but it's gonna happen.